Thanks, Evan. Good morning, Carson.
Good morning.
Um, Carson, obviously you've seen the Gators a lot. You've played against them twice. I think it's this your sixth time actually being on a team playing against them. Way back a million years ago when you were in high school, how serious were they on your when they offered? Was it ever? I mean, you were obviously a Florida kid. How was it ever a strong consideration that you might end up there?
Yeah, it was a very strong consideration, and I think most people know this, but I was actually committed to Florida my freshman year of high school for baseball, not football. So that was always kind of the plan of what I kind of wanted to do when I was younger. Obviously, is go there and play football and baseball, and obviously as you get older, things change, and but yeah, I mean they were in my top three or four schools in consideration when it came to making a decision coming out of high school.
You've seen their defense a lot over the years. Obviously, they've got some athletes as you would expect from Florida. What just jumps out when you look at tape of this group? Thank you.
Yeah, no, you look at this defense and you look at their D coordinator and what he does and they challenge you. They do things that, try to mess with your protection. They do things where it's a lot of match coverage and every throw is contested, but they also can mix it up and, play different types of zones. So they're very multiple on defense. And they do their job well. They play very fast. They're physical. Obviously, great D line, good secondary, good backers. I mean, they play fast. It's a really good defense, and they've shown that this year. And in the three games that they've played. So again, it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're excited to accept that challenge and go out and execute on Saturday.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you, and then Jordan, you're next.
Hey Carson, two questions. First, about the rivalry, just having played them as a starter twice and beating them twice, being on the bench for some of the other big rivalry games against them. Just what's your favorite memory of this rivalry of playing Florida?
Uh, yeah. So, in the Georgia Florida game, whenever we would win, obviously we're playing in Jacksonville, but our tradition after the game would always be to go jump up in the stands, like with all the Georgia fans. So I think in those games and those wins that we got, that's got to be some of my favorite memories is going up and jumping up in the stands with all my teammates at Georgia.
And then Shannon told us yesterday that he said that when you're diagramming plays with him and stuff, he said the majority of the plays that you're diagramming involve some kind of quarterback run aspect. You got a chance to do a little bit of that on Saturday. Just how much do you mentioned like the fact that like you are you're athletic, you can run, even though it's not really considered typically like the main part of your game or anything. So just how much do you enjoy getting to be physical, get in the run game like that, and also how much does Shannon Dawson and Max Driscoll have to kind of like restrain you a little bit and say, hey, no, we need you to be healthy and not get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really thinking about, not really getting hurt or anything like that. I'm just playing the game, right? If my number's called on to do that, then I'm more than willing to go run, right? And it's far from the main part of my game. It's not something that I'm going to do every play or that we're going to obviously depend on, but it's something that I'm willing to do. Um, and it's something that I always joke about literally every single day of camp. I'd walk in the morning and I'd go up on the whiteboard in Shannon's and Coach Dawson's office. Or if we were already in the quarterback meeting, I'd go up on the board and I'd draw like quarterback power or quarterback counter, and everybody just laugh at me because we're literally never going to run that ever, even if I beg them to do it every single day. But no, it's a good little joke that I always do with them. But it was good that I actually got the opportunity to do a little bit in this last game.
When you're sorry to add a third question, but when you see like you make the read on a an RPO or something, and you see this is perfect for me to take this and run, do you just kind of like go like heck yeah, like it's time?
Oh yeah, I mean, I want the ball in my hands. That's the way. I mean, my mind is programmed. Like I want the ball in my hands every single play. Like I want it to be on me. Like I want to go make plays, whether that's with my arm or with my legs. Um, I mean, shoot, when I was in high school, my freshman sophomore year, I would literally get put in just to run the ball. Like I would not, I'd literally go in and not even throw. Now, when our starter went down, obviously I went in and would run the whole entire offense. But I mean, I would literally go in just to run the ball. So obviously, I'm probably like 230 now, not 190 like I used to be back then. But So probably a little bit slower than I used to be, but yeah, people don't know that. I can move a little bit.
All right, Jordan, you're up next, then Matt, and then Andrew, you'll wrap us up.
Yeah, hey Carson, also two questions. First, to piggyback off of one of Tim's questions, the fact that you have played UF before, you've seen their scheme, you've seen what they do. Obviously, there's turnover on the roster year over year, but how much does that experience help as you go into the game this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, just experience in general obviously helps as you continue to grow and develop. You can always get better, right? I'm never gonna, hit a plateau each game. There's something for me to get better at. There's something for me to learn from. But having played this defense and knowing the style, knowing kind of what they want to do, what they want to be in. Obviously, there's always change ups and mix ups that D coordinators are going to throw at you that you maybe haven't seen before. But again, it's good. I mean, they're very talented. They got a lot of talent on that defense. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but it's something that we're going to prepare. We're going to work through the week. We came in, we worked yesterday, we came in today, had a really tough physical practice today on a Tuesday. So we're just going to continue to prepare throughout the week, and then hopefully go out there and execute on Saturday.
And then wanted to ask you about just your mentality when obviously you had the couple interceptions last game, but your ability to flush a play and get ready for the next one. Just how has your mentality evolved when if things don't go right, okay, just move on to the next play, gotta just worry about what's ahead. How has that mentality evolved as you've matured and gotten experience throughout your college career?
Yeah, I mean, things are never going to be perfect, and obviously you strive for perfection, and that's something I think I've said before. I mean, obviously I strive for perfection every day, but it's never going to be perfect. So just in knowing that, it really doesn't matter. Obviously, I don't want to have mishaps like that or do things like that, and I'll do everything in my ability to not do that. But I can't be thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in attack mode, attack, attack, attack. We want to get explosive plays. We want to score. We want to throw the ball through the air, like and just attack. So if I can't be on the defensive, right? So like things are going to happen. They're going to get us. They're going to be in a better coverage for the play. I just have to make better decisions sometimes and not make bad plays worse. And I think that's something that as you get older and older, you just learn from, and you learn from your mistakes. And then again, if you make a mistake, you move on. You go make a play the next drive. It's really all you can do. So.
All right, Matt, we'll go to you, and then Andrew, you'll wrap us up.
All right, thanks for taking a couple minutes here, Carson. I was curious, you get guys like Josh Moore who are developing tight ends, maybe we haven't seen everything we're going to see from them, guys like Elijah Lofton. Is this offense still evolving, or do you feel like sort of what we've seen is what it is, and then just do some tweaks, depending on the opponent?
I mean, I think the offense is forever evolving. Obviously, as you get guys that start getting in the mix, especially some of these younger guys, and really, I mean, all the talent that we have, you don't know who is going to really like step up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's your guys that are like CJ, right? Like your older vets, your Keelans, your Malachis that have been consistent through these first three games and put up stats and gotten catches and things like that, and a physical back. And Mark Fletcher, you got Marty. Lyle's been out for a little bit, but that's another really talented guy that we have that you haven't really seen much. Those tight ends you mentioned of like haven't really seen them much. But that's not because they're not capable, but it's just because the ball has just been getting spread around, right? So again, I don't think who is going to kind of step up and make those plays throughout the game. But again, I think the offense is forever evolving. Obviously, we have our base of who we are, right? But again, I'm looking forward to see who's going to continue to step up as we keep going through the season. It's a long season, and there's still a long way to go.
All right, Andrew, you'll bring us home.
Hey, Carson, thanks for doing this. You're leading the nation in completion percentage and top 5 in QBR and a bunch of other stats. I'm just curious what you felt like has contributed to your start to this season in terms of the accuracy that we've seen and the efficiency.
I think obviously a big thing to that is the people around me. Again, we've been playing lights out on offense really, and we've minimalized our mistakes and just been really efficient and consistent. That starts with Coach Dawson, and then our O-line, our tight ends, our wide receivers, our running backs. We've had a very efficient run game. We've played physical. Our wide receivers have made plays on the outside. And again, that makes my life a lot easier, right? When I'm able to go through my progressions, my feet are clean, right? I'm not getting hit much in the pocket. The O line is doing a phenomenal job, and when I'm given time and am able to dissect defenses, I believe that I'm very efficient and I rarely miss. And I don't know, you can turn on the film and tell me if I'm wrong, but again, the guys are out there making plays, and I mean, I have to give a huge credit to them. So, I mean, I put in a lot of work in the offseason with these guys, and it's really paying off through these first 3 games. But again, we got a long season to go, and I think we can keep it up and maintain that consistency.
All right, Carson, appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely, thank you guys.